Most people can't remember, and that's the whole problem. We think mental discipline means being sharp all the time, grinding, analyzing, staying on, but that's backwards. Real mental discipline isn't about how well you can turn your brain on. It's about whether you can turn it off. If your mind runs all day without your permission, replaying arguments, rehearsing worries, dragging up embarrassing memories from 8 years ago, you're not driving, you're being dragged. This is the story of how to take the wheel back. 5 simple shifts. No retreat in the mountains required. If it kept resetting itself every 10 minutes for no reason, you'd call it broken. You wouldn't shrug and say, yeah, that's just what routers do. But when our own brain does that, restarts a worry loop every 10 minutes all on its own, we call it normal. That's just how my head works. It isn't. A mind that won't power down on command is a mind that's overloaded, not a mind that's just being a mind. Think about your phone with 40 tabs open, some app pinging notifications, another one running in the background, and 3 browser tabs nobody closed. The phone gets hot, slow, laggy. Your brain runs the same way. Work stuff, money stuff, a comment someone made 3 days ago, tomorrow's to-do list, a text you haven't replied to, all open at once, all humming in the background. No wonder you sit down to focus and can't. It's not laziness. Here's the starting move, and it costs nothing. Twice a day, for 5 minutes, pick one plain thing to look at. A wall, a candle flame, the clouds outside a window. Doesn't matter what. It just has to be boring and still. One rule: don't think about it. Don't analyze the wall's paint job or wonder who hung the picture crooked. Just look. Like a security camera. A camera doesn't comment on what it records. It just records. Within about 30 seconds, your brain will start pitching you distractions. What's for dinner? Don't forget that email. Remember that thing from high school? That's not failure. That's the whole point of the exercise of showing up on schedule. Your job isn't to stop the thoughts. It's to notice one arrived and gently look back at the wall. That's it, over and over. That gentle return is the rep. It's the bicep curl for your attention. Nobody nails this the first day. That's fine. The win was never a silent mind. The win is how many times you're willing to
Ever notice how an urge feels like an emergency until it isn't? You're mid-task, and suddenly you have to check your phone. Right now. It feels urgent, almost physical. But urges are like waves. They build, peak, and then, on their own, they drop. Most people never find that out because they act the second the wave hits. Try this instead. The moment an urge shows up, to check your phone, grab a snack you don't need, or fire back a reply you'll regret, set a 60-second timer. Do nothing for that minute. Don't fight the urge. Don't lecture yourself. Just sit with the feeling and watch what it does. Almost every time, by the end of the minute, the urge has already lost half its grip. Not because you were strong, because that's just what urges do when nobody chases them. There's an old idea about a kid melting down over wanting a toy in a store. A parent who sits with the kid for a minute, calmly, without buying it. The tantrum usually fades before the minute's up. Not because the kid gave up, because the feeling ran its natural course. We do the exact same thing as adults. We just trade the toy aisle for a shopping cart at 1 a.m. or a reply we didn't for 2 hours. Your brain immediately offers, they're mad at you. You believe it instantly. No evidence required. And now you're spiraling. Then, that evening, you find out their phone died. The thought was never a fact. It was a rumor your own mind started and then reported back as breaking news. Psychologists have a name for the fix: cognitive diffusion. In plain English, label the thought instead of becoming it. When a thought shows up, don't argue with it. Don't obey it. Here's why this tiny move works. Tag it. Labeled things lose their grip. Think about airport turbulence. The moment you hear the pilot say, just some rough air, totally normal, your heart rate drops. Same bumps, same plane, but now it has a label, and labels make things smaller. The moment you say, that's a fear thought, instead of, I'm going to fail, you've done something huge. You've stepped outside the thought instead of living inside it. And the second you can see a thought, multitasking is a flex. Texting while driving through the checkout line, half watching a show while answering emails, nodding along in a meeting while your mind's on lunch.
It feels productive. It's actually the opposite. Your brain can't truly do two focused things at once. It just switches between them, fast, and every switch costs you a little bit of momentum and a little bit of accuracy. Ever lose your train of thought mid-sentence because a notification popped up? That's the tax. You pay it every single time you split your attention. There's a simple test. Try carrying 2 full cups of coffee across a room while checking your phone. You'll spill one. Now imagine trying to carry 5 things at once. That's what your brain is attempting every time it multitasks. And just like the coffee, something always spills. Usually it's quality, or patience, or the ability to actually enjoy what you're doing. The fix is almost embarrassingly simple. 1 task, 1 place, 1 time. Eating? Just eat. Taste it. Walking? Just walk. Feel your feet on the ground. Working? Close the extra tabs, literal and mental, and give the one thing in front of you your full attention. This isn't about becoming a monk. It's about noticing that when you give something 100% of your attention instead of 30%, it takes less time, comes out better, and you remember actually doing it, instead of that fog where a whole afternoon disappears and you can't say where it went.
This makes the noisy thoughts stop coming. They will always come. That's what minds do. The difference is what happens after. A disciplined mind isn't one that never gets loud. It's one that knows how to power down when the work is done. Wait out the urge instead of chasing it. Name the thought instead of becoming it. And stay in one place instead of 6. Give it 3 weeks. Not perfectly, just consistently. Every time your mind wanders, bring it back. No fighting, no self-punishment. Just notice and return. That's the whole practice. And it's the closest thing to a superpower that actually exists.